report. Calumet River is no exception to this. So what we are talking about tonight is that dredging operation, those sediments, and what to do with those sediments. That is the discussion at hand. How do we best, I don't think anyone would say that we don't need the dredger. We disagree that this port isn't important. There isn't important to the jobs and viability of this region. And there's also a tool for economic growth. It is what do we do with that sediment? And let me just oppose and say that the Army Corps of Engineers has been dredging this river for over a century. The current CDF is, a lot of you probably don't even realize this, but the current CDF is at the mouth of the Calumet River on the south side of the river filled out of Lake Michigan. Corps, the Colonel, his staff, everyone in the Chicago district has been an incredibly responsible steward of that. I am not aware of a single complaint in my 25-year tenure about how they handle that facility. It is professionally and responsibly and environmentally sensitive, managed in an environmentally sensitive way. The Army Corps of Engineers has been a terrific partner for the city of Chicago and look forward to working with them in the future. Let me turn it over now to Clayton Harris from the Illinois Port District.
Evening, everybody. I'm Clayton Harris III. I am the Executive Director for the Illinois International Port District. It's been stated before on Saturday and here again today. I think it's important that everyone's voice has an opportunity to be heard on any number of issues that we're facing. As the Port Director, I have two facilities, one located at Lake Calumet and then the other one at Iroquois Landing. At Iroquois Landing is where the current facility is. My office backs up to that facility. We work there every day with about 100 different employees from the Port District, NASCO, CN, other industry members and workers that come to and through. The site is right next to Calumet Park. I know that there is a lot of passion about what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, what it should be. I want you to know that the Port District represents or is sitting on two waterway systems, the Great Lakes, the St. Lawrence Seaway, and then the Illinois to Mississippi and Gulf of Mexico. And dredging is an integral part of what we need to do to keep industry moving at the port. We have about 32 different companies on our facilities, and then probably another 69 in between, and we affect interstate commerce. So this conversation is extremely important to make sure that we get it right. So I'm here to listen and turn it over and keep on moving. Thank you.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. So that's our panel. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Alderwoman Garza now. She's got a few slides that she'd like to share. Okay, you got that one on.
So I just have a couple things to say before I start. This process has been going on for about 2.5 years. The Army Corps came to my office to let us know that this was going to take place, and we were against it from the get-go. No disrespect to anybody. Colonel, you say that you've been in the business of cleaning up things, and that's all well and good, but we don't need to have something else dumped here. I mean, you're cleaning up, but you're dumping here. So that's unacceptable. And everybody in this room is well aware of what that river does and the commerce that it brings to everybody and the traffic. And you're right, everybody knows that that river has to be dredged. I don't think there's a person in here that is going to say don't dredge the river. What we're saying is don't put the stuff here. I want to know, is there any other combined disposable facility in another ward in the city of Chicago? No, and now you're going to put 2 here. You're going to put 2. No one else has even 1, and now you want us to have 2. Here's the thing, the ground rule states right here, respect others. You're not respecting us. This is our neighborhood. You are not respecting us. And when you talk about these things are safe, there's a legacy. They told us that Petco was safe. They told us that the steel mills were safe. They told us that all these things were safe, but you know what? 25 years later, we found out that people are suffering from lung cancer, brain cancer. Don't tell me it's safe, because these things leak. There's lead, there's arsenic, there's chromium. You guys said it this yourself. In the first meeting, we have yet to hear again about the materials that are in this stuff. So you're disrespecting us by putting yes, another landfill. There is a moratorium, you guys, in Cook County that says no more landfills in Cook County. I'm arguing with these guys because they say this isn't a landfill. You're digging a hole and you're putting stuff in the land. I call that a landfill. And another thing, Mr. Burke, Chicago Department of Transportation is the public partner. No one asked us. Guess what? Our taxes are going to be paying for this thing now. Nobody asked us. They took $350,000 out of our TIF money and gave it to the Army Corps to study this.
Boo!
Our TIF money. No one asked me. No, I didn't sign anything. I didn't even know about it until 2 weeks ago when I had a meeting to get my TIF funds. And that upsets me. We have schools with 43 kids sitting in a classroom. That money could have went to give some relief to those teachers and those kids.
Yes. Yeah.
Another thing, Congressman Dan Lipinski in Worth, Illinois, had a combined disposable facility. Guess what? He closed it because he said he doesn't want that there. Why does he get to say no and we don't? And we're going to have to take his stuff? I don't think so. No. Why does he get to say no and we can't? Who are we? Time and time again, it's the 10th ward always gets the bad end of the stick. Always. You never come to us. You guys never, today you are. You're here, you're listening. But you know, the truth is the Army Corps of Engineers can do eminent domain wherever they want. Take it to the quarry on I-80, dump it there. You said, no, we can't do that, it's too expensive. Our lives are worth every single dollar you spend. I want you guys to look at this. This is a map. The Greater Southeast site is already home to 8 landfills, plus the unofficial Shroud site, which we all know the coal piles, that is full of manganese and hexavalent chrome and lead that blows freely. And we've been working to try to get that capped off. Why here? Here's an idea. Let's use the dredgings and cap off the Shroud site, right? Now you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're taking those dredgings, you're capping off a 68-acre Superfund site, and you give us something, because guess what? You're gonna dig a hole, put this stuff in, we get nothing in return, nothing. So we've been burdened with toxic chemicals from pet coke blowing through our community to high levels of manganese in our soil and other heavy metals. This is the Shroud site. If you can see the water here. The water is, we find dead fish in there all the time. The IEPA is out there. I know Jamie and his wonderful bride are always out there. John from my office, we've had the IEPA out. There's high levels of calcium and the fish can't survive. Again, the next one is the Shroud site. We all know that. It's an eyesore and an environmental burden, and it's been there for over 30 years. The city won't take ownership because if they do, then they'll be liable. The guy that owns that site just went MIA. And there's kids that four-wheel up there and they have Jeep races and it's crazy. If you look at 125th and Crandolet, we have another landfill of dangerous toxic arc furnace dust. It might be a giant hill that has grass growing on it, but it's arc dust underneath. There's also furnace and arc dust on East 106th Street that's covered by a black tarp. We had that site shut down because there was trucks there a month ago, and thank goodness Peggy Salazar called me, or Jim, somebody said, oh my God, they're moving the arc dust. I went back there and you couldn't even see. It was blowing everywhere. The IEPA came out and they shut it down. The Attorney General came and they shut it down because they weren't removing it properly. Another fine example of who cares about us. If you look at just across the Calumet River from Hegwish, it's the waste management landfill. It contains solid and hazardous waste. Next to the South Chicago Recycle Center, there's another landfill containing more municipal and hazardous waste. Both dumps form over 100 acres of large hills of garbage that will never be able to have a development there because it does contain hazardous and medical waste. Now, if you look at 2000 East 122nd Street, we have the Land and Lakes Harbor View. That's a compost facility. That's still open. They're still dumping compost in there. So if some of you guys smell something in the summertime, that's probably what you're smelling. And I have to give, thumbs up to the golf course. That was a garbage hill. That's a landfill. It's now a beautiful golf course.
And none of us can afford to golf on it.
Well, actually, here's the thing. Clayton and I are working